what advice would you give a business owner that is struggling with some challenges? They've tried to solve it over and over again, or they're looking for that next revenue level. And you and I know how hard it is to get you plateau it, and then you've got to jump up to that next step. In some initial discussions that you have, what is some advice that you give beyond maybe what we've just discussed, or double down on it?
Companies sometimes get into this, you call it no man's land, right? They're too big to be small, too small to be big. And the organization that took them to maybe 30 or 50 million is probably not going to be what's going to help them get to 100 million. So I think people have to take a look at the people they have on board and their internal processes to make sure that those can scale to the size that they're going to need to be. It's really difficult too, because I mean, you may have started your company with your, college roommate who is an accounting major, and they're your sort of controller, and they've grown with you to the company, but now you're a 50, $75 million company, and you've grown beyond the capacity of that person to really be effective. And you kind of need to maybe help that person understand that, hey, if you've reached your plateau, and I appreciate everything you've done, might still be able to keep you with the organization, but we need to hire a CFO, and a CFO who knows this and this and this, because you and I both know you don't have that capability. Sometimes people are receptive to that. If they're self-aware, they can understand, yeah, you know what? I'm really not that person. You're right. I don't have those skills. Or they'll get defensive and, hey, I've been through thick and thin with you. Now you're going to go ahead and, treat me like that. So it's not easy, but I think taking a look at the people you have is very important, and their capabilities, their loyalty. I mean, loyalty is great, but sometimes it blinds people to a lack of capability, and your processes. Hey, are you doing things in the most efficient and effective way that's going to allow you to scale and get to the next level? And that's where I think an outside set of eyes is helpful to come in and sort of take a look at things. It's like, oh, we've always done it this way. Okay, but have you ever thought about doing it like this, or doing it like this, or why do you do this? I mean, I remember we had a client, it was a government client, and every month these monthly reports had to be done, and you had a new leader come in and just kind of asked, well, why are we doing these monthly reports? It's like, well, we've always done that. Well, and the new leadership team didn't want the report. They didn't even read them, but these guys are wasting their time putting spreadsheets and PowerPoint slides and all this stuff together for this monthly report that was no longer being used. So human nature is funny. People don't like to change, and most people like routine. And so when you get the engine running, it's like, okay, this is the way it goes, but sometimes you have to take a look at that and see, is it really going in the right direction?